Okay, so the next song, I need some help. I needed help in the first two, but that's okay. The next song was written by Shel Silverstein. And the most notable version of the song was sung by Johnny Cash. And the song has a lot of sort of negative qualities, political incorrectness and other things. So every time you hear one of those things, like the abject violence, the patricide, and sort of the other things, you need to actually hoot and howl. Like if you hear the word beer, please howl. Okay? So anyway, so this is my song, and this song will have cameo appearances by some members of the Quick Bass team. Well, my dad had left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much. Some on me, just an old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him, cause he run in head, cause the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. He must have thought that it was quite a joke, cause it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. It seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal will giggle and I'd turn red, some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. I grew up fast and I grew up mean, my fists got hard and my wits got keen. I roamed from town to town to hide my shame. So I think, looked at the stars and I just forgot the words. Late at night when the moon and stars and I forgot the words. And my pick broke. Well, there we go. That's it, it's over. All right. Late at night in the moon and stars, I can't remember the words. This is one of those crash and burns, you know? All right. Late at night, honks and bars, and kill that man that gave me that awful name and forgot the words of the song. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry, and I thought I'd stop and get myself a brew. In an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table, dealing stud was that dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. I knew that snake was my old sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mama had. And I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold. And I said, "My name is Sue, how do you do? Now you're gonna die!" Woo! Thank you. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes and he went down, but to my surprise, came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth and he went through the ground and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Which we have beer in the back. I tell you, I fought some tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun and I pulled mine first. And he looked at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, you know, life is rough. If you're going to make it, you have to be tough. And I wouldn't be there to help you along." So I gave you that name and I said goodbye. And you have to grow up tough or die. And it's that name that helped to make you strong. You know, you just fought one hell of a fight, and you can hate me, and you got the right to kill me now, and I don't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in the gutter and spit in your eye, because I'm the son of a... I knew Sue. I got all choked up, and they called me son, and I came away with a different point of view. And every time I try and every time I win, I say, if I have a son, I'm going to name him, and this I've been waiting 4 or 5 months to actually say this part, Shomo or Daponka or anything but Sue.